Should driving an automobile be a right instead of a privilege? Now, the Supreme Court, a while back, not exactly sure when it was, they decided, that, and I think it's in the Constitution, it's kind of hinted to, that we all have the right to travel peacefully and unmolested at will. Now, when the infrastructure of the country has been totally taken over by the automobile, and the only way to travel is by automobile, then doesn't it become a right to use that automobile? Unless the makers of all the highways want to put in roads or paths beside each highway for alternate means of transportation, bicycles, pedestrians, horses. Yeah, horses, a dog sled, it doesn't matter. So people can travel the country unmolested. That's right, there might be hikers. But you know what? On the interstate system, it says no motorized transportation or anything. So at that point, doesn't it become a right to use that interstate system instead of a privilege? Why do we have a driver's license for that is useless? The only reason we should have a license is if we were going to be tested every few years on, hey, do you know how to merge onto the interstate? Do you know that it's illegal to text on your phone while using your automobile? This was going to, make it where every 4 years or 6 years, whatever, to take a test to know that the laws have been updated. There's no reason to have a driver's license because traveling unmolested is your right, and the government has made it so that everything is done by automobile. We've got paved highways. Now, there are a few places that have bicycle lanes in the cities. Kudos. That's cool. With bicycle lanes, I guess you could have pedestrians. I got some places have sidewalks. But you get out here where I'm at, no sidewalk, not even a shoulder on the road. Matter of fact, if you run over that white line on my road, you're going to be your car's going to be flipping over. You're going to be, dead because the speed limit out here is 45 miles an hour. It used to be 65. But back when the speed limit was higher, people didn't have cell phones and all like that, and they could actually drive. You know what I would propose? It's just a proposal that until the highway system either puts in a pedestrian lane or, alternative mode of transportation lane, or get rid of the driver's license. It becomes your right to travel. No more wheel taxes. You can't tax a right. No more gas taxes, all like that. Oh, we can't do that. Who's going to pay for the highways? That's a dilemma. Who's going to pay for it? Well, we could go back to the way it used to be. It used to be toll roads. Went to a community, paid a toll, get the road to use that section of road. Would be fair because then it wouldn't matter who's using it. You'd be walking on it, riding your bicycle on it, whatever. Pay toll. But there has to be something done because basically you're slaves. Without it, you're a slave. Elderly people that can no longer drive, what do they do about them? Let's say people that have problem with drunk driving. How do they get to work? You take away their driver's license, you punish their children. Alternative modes of transportation. Let's say, I'm just going to throw this out there. Solar powered golf cart. Limited to 25 miles an hour. That's as fast as this thing's going to go. 25 miles an hour. Put a drunk in a golf cart. Put the elderly person that a little old lady that's going down the road on the interstate like this and is at 45 miles an hour with her bifocals steering over the steering wheel. I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to go to the store, but we're going to have to make a lane for that person or slow everybody down. Do we still want to be a free country? If we're going to be a free country, you're going to have to put up with other people's freedoms. That's like I've always said about legalizing all drugs. You say, oh, wait a minute. If we legalize drugs, there's going to be people driving down the road running over each other, killing people. Isn't murder already illegal? What does a drug have to do with murder? Nothing. Nothing at all. That's why I say drug laws are stupid. And we all do drugs. Or very few people. The closest people I know of to not doing drugs are the Mormons. Because they don't do coffee. Now, I'm not sure how many people have ever done this drug. It's a drug. Well, that's not the same. That's not the same as heroin. If used in the wrong way, it can eat the lining out of your stomach and cause bleeding ulcers. And yes, it can kill you. I remember my mother telling me back when she was in school, back when Coca-Cola was made, had some cocoa leaves in it. The big thing was to mix, take like 5 or 6 of these and drink a bunch of Coca-Cola at the same time. That was the children's drug. Of course, now you'd say, what are you talking about? That was what they thought back then. ODing on aspirin and chasing it down with high caffeine Coca-Cola. That was the children's. That's when my mom was a teenager, which would have been back in the, I'm going to say, early 50s, late 40s. Anybody elderly remember that? So let's go back to a driver's license. Yeah, it has gotten to the point where it has to be a right. It's one of those things that you're going to have to make it a right because you have made it where there's no other way to travel freely around the country. You try walking on roads that they don't have shoulders, they don't have no way to walk beside of them. You have therefore inhibited free travel, to travel freely. Or you can fix the highways. Okay, there you go. I'm going to give you a choice. You're going to either have to fix the highways or the roads, maybe all roads that don't have shoulders and a place for alternative for people to walk and ride their bicycles, or dog carts or whatever, goat herder to herd his goat on. You have to lower the speed limit to 30 miles an hour. I think at 30 miles an hour, you should be able to not hit somebody or that little Amish lady in the cart going down the road. Or fix the roads. Fix the roads where there can be alternative transportation, or get rid of the driver's license, wheel taxes and all that stuff. Because traveling amongst the country is supposed to be a right.